Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdye.com, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Santan Valley, Arizona, and I want to welcome you to this week's Dies Shorts. And I'm hoping I won't have any more fuzzy stuff going on, and because I was talking to somebody last night and she said that was happening to her, and she said uninstall Facebook and then reinstall it. So fingers crossed that will take care of it. I hope it also takes care of the problem I've been having when I save my video and download it. Remember I was saying that my audio was off, and it might not bother some people, but I am deaf, so I wear hearing aids and I read lips. So so that bothers me when Jeff watches a TV show and the words are not with the lips. My skin just crawls. So I'm hoping that will take care of it. So I do notice that Facebook is acting a little bit different, you know, than it did before. It looks a little different, like it's popping up and it's doing a couple things even during this right here. So who knows, right? So let's hope that it is working right. So I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right spot, and then we'll get started. I have a couple cute cards today to show you, and it's a Dies Shorts. So I'm like, I need to start making them to be short, right? They're being as long as my Teach Me Tuesdays and my What You Making Wednesdays. So let's get started so that it can be a short one. All right, so let me turn the phone, and then we'll get started. All right, hold on. Okay, let's see. That looks pretty good. Hi, Ann. Hi, Dina. Happy Friday. Yeah, Friday. Okay, so yesterday, was it yesterday? No, Wednesday, I showed a gorgeous card. Can I say gorgeous when it's my own card? But really what makes it gorgeous is the amazing DSP. So what I wanted to do was focus on some more DSP today. So this one was the True Love DSP, gorgeous black and white. Today I'm going to be using the Hydrangea Hill. So that's this amazing DSP. And it's hard for me to show you because it's 12 by 12 and my phone is really close to the table. But it's got some gorgeous DSPs. And if you watch my, or if you watched my when I did the DSPs, I showed all of them. So you'll be able to see them there. And I had quite a few people join my DSP share. So then you'll be getting them too. And then don't forget that if you want a DSP share, let me know. And then I can add you to the list. And we'll get those on the way to you. All right, so let's get started. So what I'm going to be using, I already showed you the DSP. I'm also going to be using my layering circles. I'm going to be using the Stitched So Sweetly dies. And thanks for saying hi when you pop in. And whether it's live or the replay, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I love when you make your comments. Because sometimes I'm like, am I just talking to myself and Toby? And I hate to say his name because then he'll go, huh? You talking to me? All right, so stitched shapes I'm also going to be using. And then when I was walking to my desk, I by accident stepped on his squeak toy, and I thought, please ignore that. All right, another die is the Hydrangea. Going to be using, or did I use it? You know what? I didn't use the Hydrangea die. I was going to, but this is part of the Hydrangea Haven. It's a bundle. So I think that's why I pulled it out. All right. So Hydrangea Haven, I'm going to use, and I'm also going to use the Approaching Perfection. This is such a cute stamp set. And sorry about that whatchamacallit, that glare. I won't have the stamp set out the whole time. So the Approaching Perfection is actually a celebration set. So this is one that you can choose for free when you place a qualifying order. And you just want to make sure that if you're ordering 50 before tax and shipping, or 100 before tax and shipping, if you live in America, hi Sheila, just make sure that you choose your celebration item. For $100 before tax and shipping, there's like $100 levels, there's $50 levels, and there's just a really quick little prompt that comes up to remind you. So just be aware of that. If you see that you're not sure, just save your order and give me a call so that I can walk you through it. If you go to my blog right here, stampingwithdie.com, and this is the hostess code for January as well, while I have my little doohickey out. I have some pictures on my blog. I just took some screenshots or snips or whatever the heck you call them. And so hopefully that will help you watch for where that notice will come when, hi Jeannie, when you have earned something. So it's just easier to watch that. But like I said, if you're not sure, give me a call before you close your order so we can fix it and get you situated so I don't have to call Stampin' up after. Okay, so the other day, so again, I showed you that pretty black and white card. So again, we're going to use DSP. Now also, a couple weeks ago, I was showing you some fun cards. Here's one of the new sets from the mini catalog. This is one of the stamp sets from the big catalog, or their main catalog. But they both use kind of like this crooked, the things are kind of assembled on there kind of crooked, which is really, really kind of fun. So I wanted to go back and I wanted to do a card using that same kind of layout, but using the DSP kind of be the highlight of the card. I want the DSP to be the one that's getting all the glamour and all the oohs and ahs from the card. All right, so what I'm choosing is the basic white thick and basic white just regular, so it's thinner. And then here's the DSP that I used. So I'm using the striped. I also cut a piece of this gorgeous, it's the little flowers that's inside the hydrangea. I also cut a piece of gorgeous grape because that is in the DSP. This is where my Stitched So Sweetly shape came from. And then I have a strip for the inside of the card. You always have strips of paper, so you might as well, use them, stick them on the inside of the card, so the inside is just as pretty as the outside. Okay, so let's get started. So I want to stamp on my little greeting, or not my greeting, my little Stitched So Sweetly shape, and I'm going to be using Highland Heather, and I want to put a little grid sheet underneath. And these, I've mentioned before, are the little tiny grid sheets that come with the they don't come with, but they go with the Stamparatus because they fit perfectly on the base. And I'm using this because I'm going to stamp off. So this is the Highland Heather. So I'm going to ink up this, it's like a splotch. So I'm inking up my splotch, and I want to stamp off so that when I stamp it on here, it's going to be lighter. So I'm just stamping that, and it just peels off. All right, so we have this kind of almost like a watercolor kind of splotch look to it. All right, and then I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. Oh, Ginny, I love the color too. And Gorgeous Grape, I love the Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to move that pad out of there because I know my arm's going to go in it. All right, so now I'm going to use The World is Better Because of You greeting. And I'm just inking it up into my gorgeous grape. And then I'm going to put it on here and hope I'm in the center. So the world is better because of you. So by stamping off, so I had played a little bit earlier on some scrap paper because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So this was Gorgeous Grape, stamped off once, and then the Gorgeous Grape over top of it. And then I was like, well, I liked the Highland Heather better because it's lighter, and then it just made the Gorgeous Grape stand out a little better. So I chose that. And then I also want to use this little tiny flower, and I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape again, and I'm going to put the little flower just up here in the corner. All right, so that is my saying already. Now I can get that out of the way so it's not getting the camera all messed up. But I don't want to say, ooh, looks good so far, because then I'll jinx ourselves. So I'm not going to say that. But maybe uninstalling and reinstalling Facebook helped. Because so far, so good. It doesn't seem to be going blurry. Okay, and I could have had like an old version of Facebook, right? All right, so what I'm doing is this is just a thin piece of Whisper White on the back. And then I'm going to take my card base, give it a good crease with my bone folder. And then I'm going to glue this DSP and cardstock down. And this is just going to go on straight. I didn't make this crooked. I just put this on straight. Then I want to glue my DSP to my grape. And I should go up just a tiny bit. All right. So this is the background of that DSP. It's such pretty paper. And this has kind of got a thin little border around it as well. So as I'm gluing, I'm holding on the top and I'm just kind of watching this side, and this side to make sure it's even. And then we should be good to go on the top. All right. But then I want to add, because this ribbon is gorgeous. So this is the Gorgeous Grape. And look at this paper, or look at this ribbon. Beautiful. So what I want to do is I'm just going to lay it on here like this. Take my snips. And I'm just going to snip it like this so I still have my roll. Then I'm going to take a glue dot. And I'm like, where did I put my glue dots? They're probably right in front of me, so I'll grab another roll because then I'll find the roll that I was looking for. That's usually how it goes. All right, so I have my Gorgeous Grape, and I'm just going to put this on here. And this is also why I used the cardstock, not only to add that little pop of solid color behind the DSP, so I didn't have, patterned DSP and then another piece of patterned DSP. But it also strengthens the DSP so that I'm able to do this with my ribbon and it's not going to be all like buckly. All right, and just in case, I'm going to put a couple little pieces of Scotch tape. I probably don't need to because this ribbon, it doesn't feel like when I was using the black, excuse my arm. When I was using the black ribbon the other day, I felt like it might give. Hi, Jenny. But this one I think would hold, but better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to use glue dots. So I have this stack of glue dots left over from a kit or a paper pumpkin, or I'm not even sure, but I just keep using them up. All right, so this is where I'm going to do that crooked thing like I did the other day, or the other week with those other 2 cards. And it just kind of, it looks cool, but it also kind of gives you more view of the DSP underneath there, but it just adds a little fun to the card. All right, then I also want to put this on, and I'm going to use glue dots as well. This time I'm only going to put the glue dots on the top and on the bottom, because I don't want to put any here, because I'm going to put this along the ribbon, and the ribbon would add a little bit of thickness, so then it would be a little wonky. So the top and the bottom are fine for this. Okay, so then, but what I'm going to do is I want to put it over to the side a little bit. So I'm going to put it off to the side a little bit, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ribbon, and this is what I call a cheater bow. I don't know why I call that. It just makes it look like you have wrapped the ribbon around and you've tied it, but you really haven't. So let me scoot down so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So this is the ribbon that I glue dotted behind, and I did put some Scotch tape. So now this is the ribbon that's still attached to the roll. And I'm just going to simply slide this underneath here, like that. Let me bring my roll end over to the side. All right, and then I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm not going to tie a bow, I'm just going to tie a knot. So tie that and mess with your tails a little bit. And I just cut this to a point. And now I've only wasted this much. Get that ribbon, I can't even pick it up. Now I've only wasted this much ribbon. And I could probably have not even wasted that much. But that way, instead of cutting your ribbon ahead of time, now sometimes you have to, if you are doing a class or a kit in the mail, sometimes you might have to cut, ribbon, and you might waste some. But if you can teach yourself to do it this way, you're going to save a lot of ribbon. And you can also teach your friends, your customers the same way. Maybe you just send them, X amount, and you teach them, okay, before you cut that ribbon, because it's going to make your bow and your line of ribbon, you teach them, okay, you're going to do this, and then the remainder is what you're going to use for your tie. So it's just, I've been doing it for years, so my mind just kind of goes that way. But, so anyway, so there's your pretty little ribbon. And then I want to add some pearls. So I just went and I grabbed my basic pearls. You have everything to make this card? Cool, Ginny. So I expect you to whip one of them up right quick. All right, so what you can do is I have the pearls. Now, if you want to color the pearls, you could use your blends and they would color. So I could go over and I could get my Highland Heather. And I could, let's see, I'm going to color this one and this one. So I'm just adding some color to my pearls. So how many is that? 5. So odd numbers are more pleasing to the eye than even. I don't know why, but they do. Oh, Candy, you did almost miss it. But I have another card. So you haven't missed everything. And then you can always do the replay. Okay, so I just took my, I believe it was the dark Highland Heather, and I just added some color to just the basic pearls. And then I'm just taking my scissor, and I'm just going to add my pearls to my card. Now I usually rub them with a tissue, and I didn't, so I'll have to be really careful that I don't pick up any ink on my fingers, because it will get a little bit of ink on here. So see, till that dries, you can pick it up on your fingers. So just kind of be careful. So 3, 4, and 5. So look how cute that is and how simple that is. And then I have to put my little strip. I forgot my little strip of paper that I talked about. So I'm going to put the little strip on the inside of the card. Now this is actually a 6-inch. So this is, you know, the paper's 12 by 12. So I just cut it at, you know, the 6 inches and then 1 inch. And then you have a little bit that you are wasting. But I would rather cut off a tiny little bit on each side than cut it too short and then you have a gap. So cut that. And then you have your beautiful little card. How do you decide about placement of the pearls? Shannon asked. And hi, Diana from North Carolina. You know what? I just kind of, I don't know. I just stick them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just kind of stick them wherever. So when I show you the next card, it was the same kind of way. I just kind of stuck them. But all right. So there's the one card. Now here is the one I did ahead of time. And so this one, I left the pearls plain. So that's the differences that you get by adding the Stampin' blends to the pearls. So it made quite a difference, right? Beautiful. Okay, so that's the one card. Then I want to show you another card. And it's using the same DSP because this DSP is gorgeous. So I wanted, again, it to be the main feature of the card. So this is just a piece of Whisper White, or no, I'm going to say that I know I am. Have I heard of the issues? If your embellishments are thick, you may want to put like a piece of, like, say this was just cardstock, like plain cardstock, and you were going to send this through the mail. Oh, you can see I practice other colors. So see? So this would be plain. But what you would want to do is just put this over top and then put it in the envelope so that this is kind of flat when it goes to the machine. I have also had people send me cards inside out. So when I got the card, it was like this. So that this protects those embellishments. So it's up to you. You know, you could try either way. If you are sending something that's really, really bulky, I usually use a bubble envelope to send them, you know. Okay, so we have our little, whatchamacallit. So I'm going to bring this back. So this time, I wanted this, so this is where I'm going to use this fun. If things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. So I think that's hilarious. I mean, it's kind of like, oh, and you can tell what I did with this pad beforehand. I was watercoloring. Okay, so it's just kind of like a funny remark, but at the same time, it's almost being saying you're old. But you know what? The older I get, I know I'm old. Okay, so but this time I'm going to stamp in, like, hopefully that helped you, Candy. Just, you know, just be careful with some of the thicker ones. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this in the center, and this is using Old Olive. I'll get that away too. All right, and then I'm just gonna let that dry. So as that dries, I'll put it over here, and then I'll lose it. I'll go, where did I put that? All right, I wanna put my card pieces together. So this time, I cut the DSP, I cut my strip this way because this paper right here, let me show you. So look at this paper. So this paper, let me go way up and I'll have to stand up. So look at this paper. So this is great scrapbooking paper because you would put your photos, you know, I mean, it's just great paper for that. And this looks like a sky. But it is amazing for cards because look how many cards you can do. So what I did was I just cut it like that so that I was getting my piece. to put on the card. So this card's going to go up and down instead of the other way, like the other one. Vertical. Would that be vertical? I think it's vertical. All right. So I'm just going to assemble this. This is what's on the back. So you could use that another time. What's also cool is if you want to show that, they do sometimes get flattened in the mail. And then, or sometimes they're gone, right? Like there's a hole in the envelope and it's just gone. So usually, like if I know, I would rather pay, you know, the little bit extra and then they don't go through the machine. So there's like an extra postage and you can write hand cancel and it'll go through the machine. Towards the back of the envelope. Yeah, because it's going to go through that feeder. So what I usually do is I have stamps that are like forever stamps, and they're for 2 ounces and 3 ounces, and they are actually labeled for non-machinable. And because I never know, like if I'm going to make a card that's got stuff going on. Okay, so back to this. If you want, say you wanted that pink to show, all you would have to do, and I don't want to do it to this card, just you would just want to fold this back, and you might want to do it to the top so you don't wreck the paper. But if you fold this back, then the pink would show. So then you're kind of showing both sides on the front of your card. Okay, so this is the basic white thin. And I'm going to glue this on here. So this one had a little bit more of a frame around it than the other one. And then score my card. And then sometimes you never know, you know, if the post office is, they're like so overwhelmed right now. Okay, so then I'm going to put this on the inside. So I scored it beforehand because when I put my adhesive on here, I want it to kind of butt up. So I'm making this, that way it's not going to get folded. Like if I were to glue it on here first before I folded it, I might put it on the crease too far, and then it would prevent my card from folding. So when you're going to put them on the inside like this, give it a crease first, have your card open, and then just kind of push it up, and it will tell you exactly where that piece needs to be. And then you're just going to cut the ends off, just like before. All right. So that's the pretty inside of the card. All right. So then we're going to put this on here. But this time I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. Just because it's white on white and I want the shadows to show. So then it's even more emphasized that there's another layer there. And I'll show you in a minute. So I'm missing, hang on a minute. I think I missed, if I miss your comment, please, please, please say it again, okay? Because it gets to scrolling and I miss it. So, and I try to go back and read the comments after on Facebook as well as YouTube. And then somebody asked me why I don't do videos on my Stamping with Die page. And the reason is, and this might sound bad. Okay, so my group, which we are in right now, not that I'm a control freak, but I have to let people in the group, you know, but anybody can follow your page. So remember that movie Tremors, and they had those monsters that were coming under the ground and they called them graboids? Well, that's what I kind of like to reference some of the creepy men. And that sounds bad, but there's some, you know, on Facebook, I call them creepoids. And so anybody can look at your page. So this sounds bad, but they'll like hey, how you doing? You know, kind of, and I can't control my page, you know, because anybody can look at it. So that's why I just do my videos in my group, because then I feel like everybody's friends here, and I don't, and if anyone, I won't let anyone in that's going to be creepy, you know, and just stalkerish. So that might seem weird, but so that, in a long story, that's why I just do my videos here in my group and not on my page. All right. Now I do put them up on YouTube, so anybody can look at your YouTube, you know, but YouTube's pretty good about, because I'll get some comments now and then that are kind of like, you know, they're like weird comments, but then YouTube won't show them, like they'll get rid of them because they know that they're creepoids. Okay, so here I just mounted that onto the Old Olive circle, because this is what I used, was the Old Olive ink, so I wanted to pull that in. The paper has Old Olive, so again I wanted to reference back to the cardstock, or the DSP. So I'm going to stick that on here. I'm also going to use dimensionals. So this card probably would go in a bubble envelope. So usually when I make the cards with all the embellishments and all the stuff that sticks out, those cards usually go as a thank you card when I send my incentives. And this month, it's the little heart. The little resin hearts are the incentive for this month. So when you order, I need to pull this a little closer to me so I can make sure it's straight. When you order 75 before tax and shipping in my store, you will get a little goodie, and it's the resin hearts this month. So whenever I make cards that I know won't take a regular envelope, because they do, they've got things sticking out all over, or they weigh a little more, those always go in the thank you, because those always go in a bubble envelope, so then I don't have to worry, you know, about something getting caught in the machine, or you get that little note from the post office saying, this was like this when we got it, and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, so these are, that's a long story, isn't it? All right, so these are the Pastel Pearls, and they, look, these are like, look how heavy they are. Good grief. All right, these are gorgeous. So what I want to do is I'm going to put these on the card too. And Shannon, I'm just going to stick them wherever. Like there's no rhyme nor reason where I'm going to put them. Originally, I was going to just put them go 1, 2, 3 in a row. But then I kind of liked them around the circle, so that I ended up putting them around the circle. So... all right, so I'm going to stick one here. I'll grab this little one, put it here, and then this one here. So see, I just stick them. It might not even be in the right spot, but hey, we are our own artists, right? All right, so that is that one. Let me scoot up a little bit. So that was that one. And this is the one I did, because I always do one ahead of time. So they're very similar. But see, the embellishments are in different spots for each one. So there's no, you know, right way or wrong way. So it's just all fun and on the inside. But super, super fun cards today, I think, to show off that gorgeous paper. So... but anyway, so these will probably go as thank you cards for December's, when the incentive, because the December, December, they got the ladybugs. So that's what I was going to do. I put them out here and I totally forgot. So the December incentive was the ladybugs. So these would look cute too, wouldn't they? So look how fun this would be if you stuck a little ladybug. But see, I don't think I would mix them. I don't think I would mix them. That's just me. So, but anyways, so when everybody gets their December incentives, which were the ladybug trinkets, they'll get, you know, maybe not everybody, but they will get more of a bulky card than when I just do regular mail. So anyways, all right. So that is all of my jibber jabber for the day. And I want to say thank you for joining me, and so much for it being a short. But I did 2 cards, right? I did 2 cards. So, and hopefully I answered some questions and helped. Because that's what I do this for, right? I like to teach people, help them. It's all good. All right. Jeff should be getting home pretty soon. Oh, and I forgot to close the house door. So I usually close the house door. There's a sign on it. Recording. Wah, wah, wah. So that he doesn't come in. Yeah. On air, right? Okay. So I will say see you later. I will see you Tuesday for my Teach Me Tuesdays. And that's at 3 o'clock right here. This channel. This group. And have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. And I'll see you next week. Bye.